Women notice you long before they ever say a word about it, and most of the time you don't even realize it's happening. You might think you're just being yourself, just moving normally, but there's a certain presence you carry that stands out without trying. In this video, we're going to break down the real signs that show you're an intimidating but attractive man. The kind of presence that draws attention, creates curiosity, and sometimes even keeps people at a distance. Let's dive in. Sign number 1, people assume you're unapproachable at first. Sometimes your presence speaks so loudly that people don't even wait to hear your voice. You walk into a space and there's this quiet pause, like people are trying to figure you out before they even think of coming closer. It's not that you look mean or rude, it's just that you carry yourself with a certain seriousness, a calm confidence that makes people feel like they need to approach you correctly. So instead of being natural, they hesitate, they overthink, or they don't approach at all. There's this invisible wall around you that you didn't build on purpose, but it's there anyway. People might assume you're hard to talk to or that you're not interested, when in reality, you're just composed and not forcing energy. And the funny thing is, once someone actually talks to you, that whole image usually fades. But getting past that first impression is what most people struggle with. Number 2, women look, then quickly look away. Yeah, it's that quick glance that says more than a full conversation ever could, right? You notice it happen over and over. She looks at you, holds it for a split second, then suddenly looks away like nothing happened. And it's not random, it's not disinterest. If anything, it's the opposite. There's a kind of tension in that moment, like she doesn't want to be caught looking too long, like she gave away more than she meant to. It's subtle, but you can feel it. That small shift in energy, that quiet awareness. Sometimes she might look back again when she thinks you're not paying attention, repeating the same pattern. So guys, it's not about confidence or lack of it. It's more about that natural reaction when someone stands out a little too much. And if you've seen it happen more than once in different places with different people, then it's probably not a coincidence. It's just one of those silent signals people don't talk about, but it's there. Third, you get labeled quiet even when you're just selective. Silence looks different on you, and people don't always know how to read it. You're not the type to talk just to fill the air or force conversations that don't mean anything, so you end up being labeled as quiet. But the truth is, you're just selective. You speak when there's something real to say. To you, that's normal, but to others, it can feel a bit intimidating because they can't easily predict you. In psychology, this connects to something called low self-disclosure, where a person doesn't immediately share thoughts or emotions, and also high self-monitoring, meaning you're aware of what you say and choose your words carefully. That combination often comes off as confidence and control, but it also makes people unsure of how to approach you. They don't know if you're reserved, uninterested, or just observing, so they hesitate. And ironically, the same thing that makes you seem calm and confident is the same thing that makes people keep their distance at first. 4, women act slightly different around you. Gentlemen, you don't have to say much for the whole energy around you to shift. You'll notice it in small ways. Her voice gets a little softer or more controlled. Her posture straightens up, and suddenly she's a bit more aware of how she's coming across. Some will try a little harder, laughing more, adding extra effort to the conversation, while others go the opposite way and become quieter, almost pulling back. It's like your presence makes people more self-aware without you even trying. In psychology, this kind of reaction is often linked to impression management, where people adjust their behavior to present themselves in the best possible way, especially around someone they find attractive or high value. And when that adjustment happens automatically, without you doing anything obvious, it usually means your presence carries weight. You're not forcing attention, it just naturally happens, and people respond to it whether they realize it or not. Number 5, you attract attention, but also distance. You're the kind of person women notice without trying, but not everyone feels bold enough to come up to you. It's like you naturally stand out in a room, not by being loud, just by the way you carry yourself, and that draws attention your way. Women see you, they're aware of you, sometimes even curious about you, but there's also this quiet distance they keep. It's almost like they admire you from where they are instead of stepping into your space. Some might watch, some might talk about you from afar, but very few actually close that gap and start a conversation. And it's not because you're doing anything wrong, it's just that your presence feels a bit too strong, a bit too put together. And that can make people second guess themselves. So you end up being seen by many, but approached by few. Existing in that space where attention is there, just not always the connection. 6, some people assume you're arrogant until they talk. To you, people make up their mind about you before you even say a word. Yeah, they see the way you carry yourself, calm, quiet, composed, and they mistake it for arrogance. In their head, you're probably too full of yourself or hard to approach, when really you're just comfortable in your own space. But the moment they actually talk to you, everything shifts. They realize you're not trying to impress anyone. You're not looking down on people. You're just grounded and real. That confidence they thought was ego turns out to be something much more simple and genuine, and you can almost see it in their reaction. That little moment where they adjust how they see you. It's funny because you didn't change anything. They just finally took the time to understand you instead of assuming. 7, compliments come indirectly. Sometimes women don't say exactly what they mean, but you can still feel it in the way they talk to you. Instead of a direct compliment like, you look good, you'll hear things that sound more careful like, you probably get this a lot, or I'm sure you already know. It's their way of showing admiration without putting themselves too far out there. There's a bit of hesitation in their words, like they're trying to approach you without sounding too obvious or too forward. In psychology, this kind of behavior is often linked to indirect communication and social inhibition, where women hold back from being too direct, especially when they feel a mix of attraction and uncertainty. It can also be connected to impression management because they're trying to say something nice while still protecting themselves from feeling exposed or vulnerable. So, what you're really hearing is interest wrapped in a layer of caution where women admire you but don't fully step into it. Number 8, when you do open up, people are surprised. I know some of you have experienced this before, right? Like it always catches people off guard when you finally let your guard down. At first, they see you as serious, calm, maybe even a little hard to read, so they build this image of you in their head. But the moment you start joking, laughing, or just being more relaxed, you can almost see the shift on their face. Suddenly, they're like, wait, I didn't expect this from you. That contrast hits hard because it breaks everything they assumed about you. You go from being this quiet, composed figure to someone warm and easy to be around, and it throws them off in a good way. It's not that you changed, it's just that they're finally seeing a side of you that isn't obvious at first glance. And honestly, that surprise makes the connection stronger because now they feel like they've discovered something real about you that most people don't get to see right away. And that's the thing, the way people react to you says more than anything you try to say about yourself. If you recognize these signs, you already know your presence carries weight. Keep it real, stay grounded, and let people come to you at their own pace.